Yo. Welcome back to the Core 5 podcast. We back with another episode. We got a lot to talk about today. Them Pacers, man. Let me down, man.
Yeah, bro. It's
Them
looking
Pacers let me down for
crazy.
sure. Josh, that's your team, right? The Pacers?
Nah. I'm going OK. I got OKC in 7. That's what I said
Are you
originally.
trying to switch up now?
No, that's what I said originally. I didn't flip flop. Trav
All
and
right.
No,
you
no.
flip flop.
I'm gonna get you, doggy. I'm gonna get you because I got in. There's in the group chat. You did flip flop. You flip flop within like 24-hour span.
But
I peeped it.
what I
It was in the
say,
other group.
bro?
It
He
was in the
caught you
other
in
group chat.
4K.
You went from you said Pacers one night and then the very next day OKC. I'm gonna
That's
screenshot it for you.
cat, bro.
I got you though. I got you.
Stop the
I got
cat,
you.
bro.
I
Caught
got
you,
you.
Josh.
Stop
Caught
the
you, bro.
cat. Yo, why is everybody keeping receipts on me, bro? This is
You're
crazy.
What
bro.
up?
You-
You're the one
you
that's
like-
talking about.
Everybody's keeping receipts on me, bro.
Not
You
gonna
talking
lie.
Sean pulling out screenshots and shit.
Too much yapping, bro.
You just be saying you low key be like trying to
Yeah.
start some sneaky
Yeah.
stuff.
Farmer.
Yeah.
He's a grade A rage bait. Oh, he's nice at trolling, bro. Like I peeped it, bro. I'm peeping it.
Yeah.
Like I don't even respond to some of that shit no more. I'm just like I'm letting him get his shit off, bro. He's nice at it. He's nice at it. He
Hey,
had me
man.
ready to react too. I'm like, nah, he's just doing his thing. That's just what he does.
Yeah,
Like, don't even
That's
trip.
how I felt when he was calling Tyrese Haliburton a superstar.
I didn't say. I
Oh,
never said that.
crazy.
I never said that.
I did.
Oh,
I still
never
believe
said
it. I did. I still believe it. So
Sean.
that. Nah, he's not a superstar, bro.
Sean, you
I
need new
believe it.
glasses, bro. If you really believe that, you need new glasses. Come on.
I believe it. I don't
I
care.
need-
Oh well.
I would
Too
need
bad.
I would need
Nah,
your
he's not no
definition. I would need
superstar,
I would
bro.
need your definition of a superstar for that to make sense.
Is
So-
KD a superstar, Sean? Is LeBron a superstar?
Yes.
What are they?
What? I answered the question.
Th-
Yes.
Those guys can't be in the same. Halliburton can't be next to LeBron and KD.
Never.
There has to be something made up now different than superstardom for
Megastar?
KD. It's
Exactly.
something, like you can't have them dudes on the same level.
Whatever.
They're not. They're not, bro. They're not. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. We got the Pacers and the OKC Thunder. All right, so SGA and J-Dub put on a show last night to beat the Pacers in Game 5, 120-109. So basically, Tyrese Haliburton had made 0 field goals that night. He didn't produce the way a superstar, quote unquote, is supposed to produce. And TJ McConnell came off the bench, and I think he had like 18 points off the bench. Rick Carlisle decides to bench him in the fourth quarter. And ultimately, in my opinion, I felt like that led to the Pacers' downfall because when McConnell was in the game, he put them on a run. They went on a nice run, cut the game down to 5 points, I believe, maybe even 3. And then, Haliburton came back in the game. And, J-Dub took over, 40 points. SGA, 30+. Talk to me, guys. What y'all think about this game? Go ahead, P.
I think the Pacers. I think Carlisle made a coaching mistake. It happens. Even the greats mess up. The Pacers' strengths this year is that they've always in the past couple series, even in last year's playoffs, this year, their strength is they usually each game, give or take, there's normally a guy that steps up and makes plays. We had the Mathurin game, we had the Neesmith game against against the Knicks. Nimbard's popped off. Siakam's consistent, so I wouldn't really consider Siakam popping off because he normally plays well. But they normally have games where they rely on their supporting cast. They'll rely on somebody to kind of do better than their average. Somebody come in, drop 25, maybe get 20, 10. Just come out there and ball. And they it seemed like potentially with McConnell, but they put in Haliburton, and Haliburton also got injured earlier. So how much of a smart decision that was, it seemed to have been not a good one because Haliburton did really bad. Even though I will give him the benefit of the doubt that he is injured, he still didn't play well.
Yeah.
And that's something I've been preaching with this Pacers team is if Haliburton does not get like 20 and 10, they do not win. You can look at their their losses in the playoffs. Haliburton didn't have like 2010 for the most part. I'd have to go back and double check myself, but when I really started paying attention to the Pacers, I noticed that all the games they lost, Haliburton didn't have like around 20 or 10. And this, I think, next game, if Haliburton's out, it hasn't been confirmed if he's going to miss the game 6.
No, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
Well, odds are he's probably going to be playing injured if he does play. So yeah. I think this game, if he doesn't perform and they lose, I mean, that kind of confirms my suspicions. But I think the Pacers got a big hill to climb, and they gotta really figure something out. They're gonna need everybody.
Go ahead,
Sean.
I got 2 words. It's WAPs. I got nothing else. Haliburton is injured. It seems like that some reason somehow someone from Indiana's getting hurt. Haliburton got hurt, and it might be the game that breaks the straws back. I completely said that wrong, but fuck it. It's just like you need guys that have full strength, and the fact is that every game, Jalen Williams has increased his scoring production.
Yeah.
So last time he had like. How much did he have exactly? He had 40, right?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, I doubt he'll reach 50, but each game, Jalen Williams has gotten more and more comfortable. And while you have SGA there, like, I don't know if they have anyone there to fully stop Jalen Williams because he's getting more comfortable in these finals. And he is the X factor. While, like, Pascal has been completely there. He showed up. Haliburton is like, 0 points while playing injured is simply inexcusable. Like, I'd rather him just play, like, Chekos off the bench while you ride with TJ McConnell, figure out something. But the thing about Haliburton when injured is that everyone's going to keep attacking on defense. So what's the point of even going these 7 games?
Go ahead, Ahmad.
The thing about Tyrese Haliburton is he's just too inconsistent, man. And we've been talking about this. Tyrese, he's averaging what? This season he's averaging 15 points, bro. How you a
for the
superstar?
season or for the postseason?
No, my fault. The last 5 games. The last 5 games of this series, he averaging 15 points. That don't make sense, bro. You can't be that guy in your team and you averaging 15 points. Like, I think his team, he needs to be more like TJ McConnell in certain instances and be more aggressive. Now, I know you're going to say, like, okay, he got hurt. And, yeah, you're right, he did get hurt. But still, like, I just need to see more aggressiveness from him, like, in general. If he's not, like, being aggressive, the Pacers don't win. TJ McConnell, in my personal opinion, I do think it was a mistake from Coach Carlisle to put him back in the game. I think he should have kept TJ McConnell in the game. He's been giving that energy off the bench all season long, all playoff series. Like he came in that game and was going to the rack, going to the basket. And by him doing that, I feel like it opened up the court for a lot of the other Pacers players to kind of get more of a rhythm going. So I think that adjustment should have been made by Coach Carlisle. And as far as the OKC, I think obviously J-Dub had a great night. He had 40 points, but at the same time, it was still a close game. They didn't lose by that much. They lost by what, 10 points, 11 points? We're talking about a team that had a hobbled Tyrese Haliburton who didn't score in the whole entire first half, and they only lost by 11 points. We really got to look at that, bro. We got to look at the next nigga you got to look at is Chet, bro. Chet, I don't know what Chet got to do in the offseason. He got to eat some more meat, some chicken, steak, get in the gym, bro. He's frail,
always
bro.
on the floor, bro.
He's too frail. He's too frail, bro. This nigga, he is 7'2"?
7'1", 7'2", yeah.
7'1", 7. He should be dominating way more than he is. I think he's the missing piece for OKC to be dominating this series. But I think this goes to 7 in my opinion. Personally, I think the Indiana Pacers, they gonna pull out the next game and they're gonna push it to 7 games.
Ahmad, Chet is at. I was going to say, I was gonna say that Chet is averaging 12.8 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks for the series.
Yeah, I need more, bro. You 7-2, bro. I need more from you.
You might
If you're
just be
gonna be a
7.
big three, bro, I need more. Like
Go ahead,
Kobe said,
Trav.
what more do you need? More.
You need more. Need more.
Hmm.
No, I think everyone kind of touched on everything. Pause. That is really going on is that I mean the Pacers. I think they can bounce back Game 6. Rick Carlisle, I think he was stuck in like a weird position because it's like you want to keep McConnell in because he's cooking, but at the same time it's like, do you want to keep your quote unquote best player on the bench during that time? You know what I mean? I think I do see where you make that adjustment though, especially if you think he's injured. There's no reason to bring him back in. Like let TJ keep on cooking. There's no reason to bring in hurt Haliburton, who hasn't been producing all game. Going 0 for 6, that's nasty work, bro. Like he can't. That can't be your number one guy not making any field goals during the game. Like 4 points off of 4 free throws. That's crazy work. Uh, yeah, I was watching that. I was like, out of my top 5 instantly. I'm not overreacting no more. He's not my top 5 point guards anymore. Like I'm snatching that chain back like what Ti did Nunu. Give me that back, bro. Like you can't. It's a wrap for that. You know what I mean? And Pascal, he's doing his thing. That's the best player on that team.
Exactly.
I think that's hands down. I think he's the best player on that team, and he's not really getting no help from nobody. I mean, I think Miles Turner. I think that's a big thing too. People aren't really talking about is Miles Turner hasn't really produced like he can produce. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
hasn't had that game where it's like he goes off. You know what I mean? Like hits a bunch of threes, things like that. I mean, it just I don't know. The OKC's looked really good. And like I said, that Jalen Williams going off like that, that's something that he can do. And like I said, I think that was before he did it, I was like, yo, that can be scary for the Pacers because if he goes off and gives you, them 30, 40 balls that you can't beat that team. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And yeah, Jalen Williams been what 26, 27, and 40 over the past 3 games. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
been showing up. So I mean, that's just gonna be a tough team to beat. I think it comes down to we talked about before is that OKC has a player that can give you 30 every night, and the Pacers don't have that player, and that's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? Like it is by committee, but when you know what I mean, your quote unquote best player is not making anything, it's a wrap. It's a
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah.
It's a
I
fact,
mean,
Trev.
I mean, Matherin hasn't been playing good the past 2 games. You know what I mean? These guys who you think are supposed to, kind of step in, it's like not really doing it. Obi had 12, but I mean, he's not hitting the threes like they probably expect him to hit the threes. You know what I mean? Like, just certain things. It's just not looking good for him.
I agree. It's like, who do you rely on? You know what I'm saying? It's like
That
it works in their favor sometimes because it's by committee. So I guess you don't know who's gonna pop off and have that game, but then at the same time you don't know who's gonna pop off and have that game. So you don't know who you're gonna give the ball to when y'all need a bucket. I personally don't think just looking at it's like just from the eye test when I look at Tyrese Haliburton, I don't think he's a give me a bucket type of nigga. Now I know that's crazy to say after he's hit all these clutch shots, but they were different. They were like a sneaky bucket in my opinion. They were like, like they weren't just like when when Kyrie has the ball and he did that shit to Curry game 7.
Mhm.
That's a give me a bucket type of player. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Tyrese Haliburton is that kind of player. He's the type of player
He's
who can
not.
grab off the board really quick, go to the 3-point line, shoot it, and it might go in. Or like fast break, get down the court, get a bucket. He's that kind of player, but not like in a half court setting. The defense is set. I need a bucket, give it to Tyrese. He's not that kind of player.
And that's why he's not that superstar caliber type of player. You feel me? Where you
That's
could
why
just
he's
be
a
like, yo,
bench all-star player.
I need Shea, he's a superstar caliber player. You
Yeah.
you give Shea the ball, he's gonna ISO, he's gonna go to
Mhm.
work. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't trust Haliburton to do that. Although like you said, it kind of sounds contradicting, but I think it's a facade with Haliburton, bro. I think he's playing all of us, bro, with all them game winners and all that, bro. Because like I
Yeah.
said, bro, 0 field goals is absolutely insane. Like,
Can't do
bro,
that.
you can't not in the finals, bro. And they're
Yeah.
gonna get he's gonna get clowned for that if they lose. You know, like how Clay got clowned for 0 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
you shot 0 for 11 in an
Oh,
elimination.
for
game?
10 elimination game.
Yeah, so he's gonna get clowned for that, bro. And then
He was hurt though. I will say, bro. Like,
Hey,
he was
Haliburton
hurt.
is too.
Halliburton's too, bro. People, NBA fans, we're toxic on the low. You know
No,
what
I'm
I'm
talking
saying?
about
So,
Haliburton. I'm talking about Haliburton. He was hurt. So like,
no, that's what I'm saying, and it don't matter. It don't matter though. As us, sometimes we as NBA fans we could be toxic, bro. Like it's right now. That's all I'm gonna remember from this finals if they lose is Halliburton putting up 0 field
nah,
goals,
don't do
bro.
that, bro.
Yeah,
Don't do
And
that.
I
bro,
have
You're
not
not
seen
doing
that's
any
all
that.
I'm gonna
clowning on
remember,
Twitter.
bro. I don't
I
care
You're
have
about
not
not
that
doing
seen
game
that.
any
one
clowning
buzzer
on Twitter.
beater. You can't talk to me, bro. You didn't score for real. You had 4 points,
Josh,
and that was from free throws,
bro,
bro.
he sent the Knicks home, bro. Like, I'm not gonna forget him sending the Knicks home. I'm not gonna forget that.
I'm
I'm not gonna
forgetting
forget the.
all of that. It don't matter. It don't matter. And
I'm not gonna forget the
this is a
middies.
good segue. This is a good segue into ring culture. Okay, I want to talk about this real quick. As us as sports fans, not even NBA fans, football, MLB, basketball, it don't matter. All sports. I think us as fans, we are so into ring culture. I know I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very into ring culture. Like, yo, okay, yeah, Halliburton did all these things. Am I cool? He sent the Knicks home. He got to the finals. What's about to happen? They about to lose. I don't care what he did to the Knicks. I don't care what he did to who they played before that, to Cleveland. I wait, not that was who they played before that. I don't even remember who they played before
They
that.
Cleveland
play for
It's
and the
They
Cleveland,
played,
Bucks.
they
Bucks,
played the
Cleveland.
Bucks in Cleveland, right? Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
thought. So I don't care what they did. If Halliburton doesn't get the job done and get a ring, I don't care, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is why
I hear you.
I'm going on to say that if Shea wins, right? And I've been saying this, I've been very consistent with this. If Shea wins, he's the greatest Thunder of all time. Like, you can't tell me nothing. KD didn't win, bro. He didn't win with the Thunder. He did not win with a Thunder jersey on, bro. Westbrook did not win with a Thunder jersey on, bro. So therefore, you cannot be the best player in that franchise because you did not win, bro. Like, it's as simple as that. We play sports to what?
Yo,
To win. You
Josh,
feel
what
me?
LeBron James is on the court? I don't see no LeBron James on that court.
I don't
I don't see no. I
care.
don't see no. I
It
don't see
don't
no
matter
fucking
to me.
Dwayne Wade on
It
that
don't.
court, bro. I'm just
I
gonna be
don't
real
care.
with you.
It doesn't matter to me, bro.
I'm just saying, no, no, no,
That
no, no,
finals
no.
was close.
You got you.
That
You
finals
got
was
to look at
close,
the
bro.
variables,
No,
bro.
there's no variables. It's either you win or you lose.
Trav,
Dirk
you didn't say
won.
so.
Dirk
So
won.
LeBron
What's
isn't
the
a
excuse
variable
for
now.
that?
LeBron
Dirk
isn't a variable.
won.
The best player
Dirk won,
ever.
Trav. Dirk won, Trav.
I hear
Against this
you.
unbeatable super team, Trav. Dirk won. Who cares?
One chip,
He won. Who cares? That's my point. Who cares? He
bro.
won. That's my point. So my question to y'all is,
I'm gonna
how do
remember
y'all feel about ring culture? Do y'all think it's very toxic? Do y'all think it's, you know what I mean? It's fair
Toxic.
to base these players off of, championships and stuff like that? I'm gonna start with you,
Toxic.
Trav. Yeah, let's
I'm
start with
I'm
Trav.
I'm kind of I'm in the middle because I don't think that always reflects how great of a player you are. Having the rings, because sometimes you can just get a bad draw for a team, bro. You can be as great as you want to be, and if you on just a shitty situation, you ain't gonna ever get that ring. And you know what I mean, unless you start, ring chasing, which I look at that a little sideways. You know what I mean? So I mean
LeBron.
that can go again. I didn't want to say it, but I mean that can look a little sideways. Towards your ring arguments. Like, all right, now you chasing rings. You know what I mean, compared to some of these guys who stay homegrown. You know what I mean, like. Because I think there's plenty of greats that don't have rings. You know what I mean? There's plenty of greats, and I don't think that takes away from them. Uh, Obviously, yeah, everyone's playing a game to win championships, bro. But I don't think that having more rings necessarily always means that that's a greater player than the person with one ring. No rings. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I still, like I said, I think, someone like AI, you know what I mean? Shitty situation. You can't tell me AI is not, top six shooting guard ever. You know what I mean? Like, skill wise, I just think, at certain things, I just think you can't take away from that type of player. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Dirk has one ring, and Dirk's arguably, you know what I mean, you could say he's a top 5 power forward. You can argue that, you know what I mean? Like,
No, he
I
is.
think
Definitely.
even without that ring, you could argue that just because of how his skill set and what he changed the game for how big he was at power
No, you
forward.
see, now I can't. I'm
See,
not following
Yo,
you
Josh.
now, bro.
how you? I'm saying like first big dude like that, power
He was
forward,
a sleeper stretch big.
like
Yeah.
first of his kind, hitting the threes like he was hitting, like different game, like that little 1 foot, like that's different, like kind of changed the game in his own way, bro. You know what I mean? Like you can make that argument even without the ring that he's a top 5 power forward. See, I think if you get caught up into the ring thing too much, you get not because then you start looking at you can start looking at some of these third, fourth tier players and be like, well, he's Robert Ory's got 5, 6 rings. Does that make him 7 rings? Does that make him better than the next guy because he's got 7 rings?
No.
Or
You know
what
what I
about
mean?
He
Melo?
was a
What about
role
Melo?
player, though. I'm talking about for these quote unquote stars. I'm not talking about for role play. I'm talking about for these
But I mean,
stars. Like,
even that though, like the stars are going against like Melo. Someone just said Melo. Melo was out west his whole time, bro. In the gauntlet of the West, bro. He couldn't get out the West, and he didn't have enough around him to get out that West, bro. You know what I mean?
he, ma-
Like, and
he
you
made it
can't
to
take
one conference finals and lost to Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. Correct, but you won't convince me that he's not a top 10, 15 small forward just because he doesn't have a ring.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
he's a top 10, 15 small forward. But if he had that ring, he'd be
I would-
top 5. That's my point. He'd be up there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Because he don't got that championship, he's at the bottom. You feel what I'm saying? If he had if he had 2 rings, we'd be like, yo, Melo was, you know, he's nice. We still talk about, yo, Melo's nice, one of the greatest ISO players in the sport. But if he had those rings, he'd be like considered a top 5 small forward. He's not in my top 5 small forward.
Josh, I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
what the conversation is, we look it's skill versus legacy. So like when we look at like a person like you said, like Melo, like skill wise, he's definitely up there in the conversation. But when we talk about legacy wise, that's when rings come into play, legacy wise. Because like for instance, Curry is a perfect example. Curry, he is probably if he didn't win those chips, he would go down as still probably one of the greatest shooters in history.
That's
in NBA
cool.
history.
That's cool. I agree with that. That's cool.
But it's because he won the chips that adds to his legacy. His legacy, I think. So Melo, he's going to go down as one of the greatest scorers, but his legacy is not going to be maybe as great because he didn't win the chip. I think that's what the ring brings you. It brings you something to add to your legacy, to your trophy wall at home, to look back and be like, yo. So it's more so like if you're talking about skill legacy, that's my point.
I think they both coincide with each other though, bro. You could be if you was that nice, why the fuck you didn't win, bro? Like at least one.
No, you can't say
No,
that.
At
I
least one, bro.
I can't do that.
At least one. You can't. AI, you was not you. I mean, it comes to the team, yeah, but
AI.
I said it comes to the team. It comes to the team. But again, Dirk beat the fucking Miami Heat by himself, damn near.
If your boy behind you never left Cleveland, do you think he ever gets a chip? Do you think he has 4 of them? No.
Hell no.
He needed
and that was everyone's thing.
Team.
Everyone's thing was, oh, his team was so shitty. His team was so shitty. Melo stayed on the same team. AI stayed on the same team. Some of these guys just stayed
Melo
on the
left
same
for New
team.
York, Trav. Melo left for New York, bro.
He was traded to New York.
He was traded to New York.
He wanted to go, though. He wanted to go.
But
so they
look how long.
him.
But look how long he was there, and it's not a thing. You know what I mean?
It was like 4 or 5 years. The Knicks
9 years.
You know what I'm saying? The Knicks was nice.
9 years he was with Denver. You know what
I'm talking about with the Knicks.
Even
it was up for 6 years.
That Knicks team, that's not going anywhere. When you got a dysfunctional organization, we talk about that all the time too. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a good thing either that he went. You know what I mean? Like that he went to the Knicks. I mean, I don't think you can hold that against great players, bro, if they don't win a ring, if they're losing to other great players and that great player has a better squad.
That was the argument I was going to make, because I mean both my favorite players never won a ring. Vince Carter never won a ring. Julio Jones never won a ring. And I mean, there's only so much you can do as a player. I mean, look, Calvin Johnson's arguably the greatest wide receiver of all time. He never won a ring just because those Lions teams were so shitty. They literally stunk. I mean, Kevin. Let me think of an NBA player real quick that has. I can't really think of an NBA player like that off the top of my head that was like him, like to the level of Megatron at his position, never really won a ring. But I mean, like in sports, there's so many factors that can affect it. And I think what I was gonna say is I think the ring argument can sometimes get blown out of proportion. Like people can kind of force too much weight onto them with certain players, like especially when you argue like Jordan versus LeBron or like Jordan versus Bill Russell. That's what I think when you start going like ring for ring or like who's got more and stuff like that. That's when it starts getting blown out of proportion because you're leaving behind the player himself and like y'all have mentioned the skill of that player. Like Melo hasn't won a ring, but I mean he damn sure give you buckets. In terms of pure basketball, he's there. Jab, fade away.
Yeah, jab, fade away, crazy. Facts. But my thing is, if you are not winning, bro, like individual stuff is cool, bro. But every NBA player plays to win, bro, to win the championship. Steve Nash said so many times, great point guard, right? He said so many times, Charles Barkley, players like this, they wish they would have won. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller, I wish I would have won at least one. That means something, bro. Yeah, all the individual success is cool, but when you win the whole thing, bro, that means something, bro.
We're not disagreeing with you. We're just saying you can't base everything off of that. And there's a reason why when somebody wins, everybody gets a chip. The water boy, the trainer, everybody gets a chip because it's a team game, bro. It's a team game down to the trainers, down to the coach, assistant coaches, the organization. So I don't know if y'all saw the recent interview from DeJounte Murray. He was talking about what it was like being on the Pelicans or being traded to the Pelicans. And he was talking about what a shitty he didn't say these words exactly, I'm paraphrasing, but he said what a shitty organization the Pelicans is. Like they just move weird and how they just a bad organization. Yeah. If you're on a team like that, bro, and he doesn't win, that is not his fault if he's balling out. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes everybody. It's a team game. So you can't it's not an individual metric on one person if it's a team game.
Okay, then so do what LeBron did. Get the fuck up out of there. And move to a team where your chances at winning is better.
You got to do it.
So Melo had so many opportunities. Nobody told Melo to stay there, especially in today's league. It's okay. What Kevin Durant do? He signed with the Warriors, bro. I can't win in OKC. I can't win with Westbrook. I'm gonna go team up with Steph and Clay and win me too.
Yeah, I'll crucify him for it. You crucified him for it.
Yeah, I did, but guess what? At the end of the day, he still won. You feel me?
You're a hypocrite.
Bro, he still won. I don't care.
That is a little hypocritical.
But he still won. And he was the best player on those teams when he won. You feel me?
July now.
He was. Kevin Durant was the best player on the Warriors when they won, bro. Undoubtedly, bro.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Yes, he was, bro.
It was not the best.
He's trying to get you. He's trying to get you.
I'm not trying to get you. That's facts. Why didn't Curry win the Finals MVP?
You almost got me. You almost got me.
Why didn't Curry win the Finals MVP, Ahmad?
You almost got me.
Why didn't Curry win the Finals MVP, bro?
He's that nigga, bro. So he knows how to win. All right, he knows how to win with great players. You don't gotta be that guy. And he knew he has KD.
Kevin Durant, he came into that organization and said, "Yo, this is." Kevin Durant came from that organization and said, "Yo, this is my shit." That's
but the thing is,
KD never won outside Curry,
though. 2 rings with Kevin Durant.
The thing is, the Warriors did it before Kevin Durant. They didn't need Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant needed the Warriors.
Yes,
and he did it. They did it after Durant left. Kevin Durant has never been able to repeat that success since Clark.
That's cool, but my point is, he left and won him 2 rings, and he was the best player on that team when they did it. That's my point. I don't care what he did after. I don't care what they did before. I'm talking about what he did when he was there. You feel me? So, therefore, Carmelo had a chance to leave. I don't know if y'all remember this. Carmelo had a chance. Instead of Bosh, it was supposed to be Melo, right? And then Melo almost went to the Bulls to team up with Derrick Rose. In hindsight, we see what happened, but he ended up asking for a trade to New York instead. Really? New York? You're not a winner, bro. We all know Melo about the paper, bro. Melo's about getting paid. He didn't want to win. He didn't want to win for real. Let's keep it above. Melo didn't want to win for real. He wanted that bag, and he wanted to be the best player on the team.
So explain James Harden.
Huh?
So explain James Harden. He did what you did. He's been the best player on teams, and he hasn't won. He's tried. You know, like is he not a top player because he hasn't
He's
won?
He's the top player, but
What
James
top
Harden
what
is
top
always going to
top
be
what though? According to your rules, top what though? Like shooting guard ever.
shooting guard.
He can't be top 10.
He was in your top 5.
Nah,
Josh.
he's top. Nah,
We
he's
did this.
Harden is top 5 shooting guards of all time, bro.
How he has no ring. What are you talking about? You're killing.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of top tier shooting guard caliber like players.
What do you?
Except for it goes MJ, Kobe, Wade, and then it goes. You could argue Jerry West.
Where's
Right?
Clay?
You argue
Where's Clay?
Jerry West.
You could argue Jerry
you
West.
got four.
You could
Thompson?
argue
Would you argue Jerry West over
AI.
James Harden?
Clay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then
Western.
Harden. AI and Harden got to be there. They got to.
Clay.
Clay, you can argue Clay.
You were big on Ray Allen when we did that top 5.
And Ray Allen's up there. Ray Allen's up there.
Ray Allen has
You
a
can argue
ring.
these players.
See, that's why I think your ring. I think you get yourself tossed up sometimes because that ring argument can backfire on you sometimes when you go that hard with it. But then you put James Harden in your top 5 shooting guards ever.
Then, well, I'm just saying you could argue that, but I got Ray Allen and Jerry West.
Do you have him above Harden?
I already said that we got a clip of me saying it.
I don't know.
I stood by that. Ray Allen was a dog, and he got 2 rings.
I know, but we were saying exactly. So, but you put him in your top 5 when we talked about.
No, I'm saying you could argue that. I said you could argue James Harden if you want to.
But
what
you think? You don't anyone. Just, do you think like players like Jerry West or Ray Allen is above James Harden? Like, Jerry West is like 1-9. Ray Allen got 2 titles.
You might have to put Manu over Harden.
Yeah, based on Josh's logic, it works.
Yeah.
If Manu was a starter, Manu could average 20 plus points.
Josh,
but he chose to be on the bench role.
You spinning, bro. You getting
I'm not
busy.
spinning, bro.
You can do that.
I'm not spinning, bro.
You literally turning around, bro. You just going in circles, bro.
Ginobili was a dog.
We know.
Yeah.
Ginobili got what? Ginobili got 4? Come on, bro. They don't win without Ginobili.
Josh, you're losing the plot, bro. You're losing the plot.
I'm not, bro. I'm here, bro. I'm here,
You
bro.
look at you like, bro.
I'm here, bro. But I just wanted to bring up ring culture, though, just to, how, toxic it could get when it comes to if rings are like the end all be all when it comes to, certain players' careers. And I'm talking about like quote unquote star caliber players. You know what I mean?
I got a question for you, Josh. You like players that consistently win, and I don't like bringing up this argument. I think it's shitty, but every time Jordan has went to the finals, he's 6-0, but LeBron's 4-6. I don't like bringing that argument, but it's like seeing the player gets it done every time compared to someone who's like has not. I'm not saying LeBron is like that because LeBron has faced extremely talented teams. It's just like that. I'm just pointing out that logic is like really flawed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No. I feel what you're saying, and that's a great question. That ties into the whole ring culture thing where people can't say that. And I'm not gonna lie, I have argued that. Who cares? Like if Jordan went 6-0, you feel me? LeBron's got rings too. You know what I'm saying? He's won as well. You know what I'm saying? But people are gonna be like, yeah, he's 4-6, whatever. I mean, that's cool and all, but at the end of the day, LeBron still got 4 rings. You know what I'm saying?
4-6.
It took him 3 finals tries to get him his first ring.
He's lost more than 2 finals.
No, I'm not. I think until he get to his first ring, he lost in 07 and 011, and it took LeBron some struggles. Like we all know that infamous performance against Dallas Maverick. That does not take away the fact that LeBron was still the best player in the league in 2011, arguably to Kobe Bryant. It doesn't take away. Yeah.
Okay,
but like, I'm not going to discredit a man just because he was shot like. How many points was it in the fourth quarter of that one game? I'm not going to discredit LeBron. He was still arguably top 2 band for band with Kobe Bryant. I'm just not going. That's why like ring culture will not make like makes sense because we all know the greatness of LeBron James still when we were in 2011. It just had to take the next step.
But when I'm saying ring culture, I'm not necessarily saying like I'm basically for me. This is just for me. I'm speaking for myself. When I mention ring culture, I just mean like, yo, have you won at least one? I don't care how many you've won, but have you at least won a championship? You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I got Rip Hamilton over James Harden in your math too.
Nah, you're bugging. He's not
What
a
do you mean?
superstar player,
Like
bro.
that,
No.
What do you mean?
No,
That's the starter.
he's
That's the starter.
not a superstar caliber player.
He started.
Bro.
He got a ring.
Yeah.
What are we
James
talking?
James Harden's a superstar, bro.
He ain't got. He's ringless. I'm using that argument against you from here on
No,
out.
bro. I'm talking about superstar. Yo, Rip was
Rip was a superstar. Rip had his own Jordan.
Yeah.
Rip was a superstar.
He was tough. He was tough, but he's
But
not a
no, bro.
he's
At
not
that time, Rip.
You can't
Rip
put
was a
Rip
nigga,
and Harden right here, bro. Nah, bro.
I can when he has a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro.
That's your whole. I would see
No,
nah,
no,
see?
bro. He's not a superstar player, bro.
I got you, bro. I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
Yo, y'all fisting, bro. Y'all fisting on me right now, bro.
But you the one.
Yeah, you're the one that keeps talking.
We just
right
testing
now.
your math, bro. We double check.
Yeah, because the thing is that every argument Kobe flaw as long as you admit that, like, yeah, you're right there. As long as I can admit my wrongs on this argument, that's all that matters. I'm not saying that you don't do it, but it's like we have to acknowledge that arguments could be flawed to an extent.
That's why I'm like feel like I'm in the middle. I feel like if you're all the way ring culture, that those are the people. I'm not even trying to call you out, but I feel like people who are stuck on just ring culture make it toxic in themselves. I feel like they don't appreciate what these guys are actually really doing and how good these players are. Because obviously, I'm just giving you shit, but obviously I know James Harden's a great player. You know what I mean? But
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
when you start leaning on this whole who got rings, who don't got rings, and it's like now if we're going by that logic, then it's like there's a lot of these guys who you just got put on the bottom. Like you said, you got these guys are on the bottom of the list because they don't have rings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I don't think that's fair.
That's how it is, though. That's just how it is, though, Trav. Like, if you people can't be like people not gonna be like, yo, James Harden is better than Kobe, for example, right? People not gonna say that because he don't got the rings. But let me tell you this, though.
He's not though.
If James Harden got James Harden went on a crazy stint with the Rockets. Let's be clear. I'm not trying to say James Harden is better than Kobe. I'm not saying that. Not saying that at all. But I'm saying if James Harden were to have had one like 2 rings or 3, let's say 3, right? To Kobe's 5. But James Harden production was insane on some of them, a couple of those years on the Rockets. You feel me? We could look at that and be like, yo, you know, is Kobe really number 2? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying that's where I'm not saying I would say that, but some people could take it there just because Harden got 3.
It would have to depend on if Harden won during one of those years, because Kobe's craziest stretch of shooting was in 2006, and Kobe played with Mush Parker and a terrible cast compared to LeBron in 2007.
And then, go ahead.
I was just saying it have to depend on if Harden was able to win, like in Houston, compared to, like, say, Brooklyn.
Right. But I'm just saying, bro. I'll say this though. To an extent. I'm gonna say this to an extent. Rings do matter, bro. It's not like I'm not gonna say it's the end all be all, but rings do play a part in players. You know what I'm saying? On ranking players, it do plays a part, bro.
I do definitely agree. And like I said, I think you just gotta treat them like MVPs, honestly. Like, I mean, like kind of go band for band. Like you got an MVP, but I got a ring. You know what I mean? I think a lot of players do that currently, anyways. And I thought of like a good football comparison that's pretty like realistic now is Jalen Hurts better than Josh Allen? Jalen Hurts got 2 rings. Right, he got 2 of them, right, or just the 1?
Yep,
I think.
Jalen got 1.
Yeah, he's got 1. He's got 1.
But
he's been to 2. He's been to
2, and Josh Allen ain't been to none, and Josh Allen only got an MVP. Like it's like, I think as fans of sports and as fans of anything really, when it comes to accomplishments like this, it's kind of like moderate our rankings for stuff. Like personally, I feel like an MVP and a ring are almost equal. I'd maybe put an MVP a little bit higher, just because that says you were the best versus a ring says your team and everybody around you which you're part of, were the best. So I think
That's dicey too. I feel
Yeah.
you. That's dicey. That's
Yeah.
dicey, but I feel you. That's dicey.
and I mean and at the end of the day, only one team / one person gets those.
Mhm.
I understand that, bro. I can't agree with you all the way, P. Because look, Shea for example, right? Let's say they win tomorrow, right? They win the chip tomorrow. Shea was the best player the whole. They don't win if Shea don't play, bro. Period. So
Right.
that ring is gonna be like, yo, Shea's the reason why we won this ring. You feel me? Right? Yeah,
Right.
J-Dub was nice. J-Dub showed up this series for sure. But Shea's the reason why we here. Shea the reason why we won. So that ring is like, yo, we won because of me, nigga. Like we won. I did this. That's why we here. They
I
don't
don't
win.
think
Yo,
I can't agree.
Kobe.
It's about.
Like they don't win without Kobe, bro.
I would agree. I feel like there's few teams where that doesn't matter. I feel like if you look at all these NBA, I mean Jordan, Kobe's, Bron, Steph. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of teams where if that player is not playing, that team does not win. You know what I mean? I don't think that team wins the championship. Like I said, I think the only team I can think of that could win a championship without their best player playing is the Spurs. I feel like the
Maybe
Spurs team is maybe the only team that can maybe do that. Who you saying, Sean?
I think give or take, you could argue because they team went 7 games. Maybe argue with the Golden State Warriors with the Kevin Durant
With
era, like 2017,
right.
18. Because
Okay.
you could go
Yeah.
band for band.
Yep. See, I guess I was just thinking the Golden State without KD, because with KD, yeah, Steph go out, KD go down. I think that team can still win. I feel like that's why I feel like it'd be hard to do the MVP versus the finals, because I think these teams that you need your best player. Like you're not gonna win without that guy. You know what I mean?
I do agree.
The Pacers would be that oddball if they won the finals. Like they'd be one of those teams where it's like, do you even need your best player? Like I feel like they, if they won, they could do it without Haliburton how he's playing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I
feel
do
like-
agree. I guess
Yeah.
I guess what I'm really trying to say is we kind of need to have how sports have unwritten rules and stuff like that. We need to have unwritten weights for stuff. If that makes sense. Like, how do you weight an all-star? I mean, so and so got 20 all-star appearances, but he didn't win anything else. How do we compare him with these guys that did win something, but they didn't get the same amount of all-stars? That type of stuff. Like, I guess as fans, we just need to get better in terms of how we identify or how we value certain things.
And also, give a take on, say, a situation. You never know what could happen on any given day for, a certain player. I'm just listening hypothetical. You get ready to go. All of a sudden, a star player wins 120 and hits a dog. Henry Ruggs. You can't able to predict anything. So, situation does have to take account to a certain extent. Like James Harden with the 2018 or even 2021 where he got hurt and still played and was not obviously himself. So situations do account a little bit, but it can't all be the end of that be all either, because James Harden has dropped significant in numerous playoff appearances.
I think too, just what we see, the eye test of you can also that's why sometimes the rings don't matter, because it's the eye test. It's like, dog, that dude is better than this guy, even though this guy might have a ring. You know what I mean? You just the eye test. You know what I mean? Because I'm a fan on that in the NFL sense. Everyone's like Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver ever. My favorite receiver, the person I think is the best receiver ever, is Randy Moss. You know what I mean? And you're really never going to get me off of that. And people always, first thing they'll say is Jerry's got the rings. It's hey, I know he's got some records, but I feel like if you actually look and see what, the build of what Randy Moss was, 6'4", running a 4.2, you know what I mean? No one ever seen anyone take the top off like he did before he came into the league. I think Randy Moss was the greatest receiver ever. You know what I mean? But eye test, ring. I mean, you gotta find a little, you gotta find a nice little soft
balance.
spot where it's balance. Where you can kind of give and take.
And
I'll agree with that.
And it's another play that I was talking about with my boy Troy. And I'm not going to discredit a player all the way if they don't have. Obviously they matter, but for what they did skill wise, it's gonna be tough because I'm talking about defense. I think arguably the greatest guard defender-wise in the now century is Tony Allen. But did he win a title with Boston? Or because I'm just
Yeah,
thinking
he
he
won
had
a
none.
tie. They
Yep.
won. In
That
08.
invalidates what I'm about to say because I thought he had 0. So invalidate what I was about to say.
Or
Okay.
even like Chris Paul. Like I know people
Yeah.
dog Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards ever. Like
Definitely.
I feel like for sure, like
Yeah.
what he does, even on the defensive end, like Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards ever. But he's not going to ever sniff a ring unless KD goes to the Spurs this year. Like he's not
Yeah.
going to see a ring, and people hold that against him. And he's been on some of those teams with Doc
Yeah.
where they choke him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just choke and it looks bad, and it's
Houston.
like
Yeah.
I just
But
don't think
Chris Paul was good, but he just got hurt at the end.
That's been
But
most of Chris Paul's playoff tenure.
career has been injuries, right?
It's been hurt.
Injuries and chokes.
Yep.
But also, like, what would give Tracy McClain more claim if he did win chasing the end of the bench for the Spurs back in, like, I think.
You mean Tracy McGrady?
Yeah, Tracy McGrady. What did I say? Because I thought.
McClain.
Yeah, I meant to say
I was
Tracy
trying to figure
McGrady.
out what rando you pulled out from.
Yeah, no.
after
What would
Mag.
you give Tracy McClain? No, I say again, Tracy McGrady. What would we rank him higher if he got one ring, but it was basically him at the very end of the bench?
Nah, bro, that don't count. That's a
No.
Don't count.
No, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying what y'all.
No.
think.
Yeah,
Don't count.
nah.
Oh no, that ring. No,
I'm
not
not
for what
jacking that.
the caliber player he was. That ring doesn't count for
don't
what
count.
he-
The thing is too, that's only applicable for like a select few players because I mean a lot of players
Yeah.
attempt to do that, but
Yeah.
no dice.
That's like a JaVale McGee ring, something like that.
And then like I
Nah,
don't
you can't
care
even
if-
say that. JaVale was
No, that was
You're right.
a key role player.
Again, like I said, you can only say that about select few. Like it's hard to think of players
Yeah.
that were great and then they just sneakily snagged a ring right.
Gary
right at the end.
Payton.
Virgil.
Yeah, Gary Payton.
GP. Yeah.
Virgil.
'Cause he won with
was in the
Miami.
Cavs and he went to the
He was a rotational player, but he wasn't that nigga.
Yeah,
But
but
he
like,
was.
where we rank him higher if he if he did win compared to like his rotation.
Like people like to do the Tracy McGrady Kobe comparison. Like people even said that some people, correct me if I'm wrong, Trav, was saying with jacking Tracy over
that
Kobe,
he's
bro.
gonna be better than Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tracy was averaging 30.
Rings,
Yeah.
one or two, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Tracy was a
T-Mac was
dog,
like
bro.
that though.
I think
T-Mac
he
was
could won
Kobe
in
had a
Houston.
hard time guarding Tracy.
I think he could have won in Houston if it was not for injuries, but it's all about what ifs, and he didn't get it.
Yo,
Yeah.
not trying to hear that Tracy.
Nah,
bullshit.
I mean, no, because I remember Tracy Ball. I had some T Max. I had the I had some shoes. Like I remember that time period, bro. And T Mac was balling, but it's you just never know when it comes to the injuries because T Mac was also healthy when Kobe was tearing shit up though too. You know what I mean? So it's like it wasn't like like he was always injured. Like he had some healthy years and he had to go against Kobe. And it's like, cool, you do that in the regular season. Let's go to the playoffs and see what happens. And they never produced. So I mean, he was nice though. Don't get me wrong. Like can't do anything about the knees when they break down on you, but we'll never know. You know what I mean? Like they used to say the same thing about Grant Hill when Grant Hill first was coming in. Like, oh, Grant Hill might be better than Jordan, but it's like you'll never know when these guys just get injured. You know what I mean? Like.
Facts. But we're gonna move on, man. We spend a lot of time on that topic. We actually because of that, I'm gonna chop down one of the topics out, and then we're just gonna go from there. But we're gonna do the Memphis Grizzlies. I want to talk about this real quick because this was kind of out the blue. The Memphis Grizzlies send Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, and 5 picks. What are y'all thoughts on this trade? Who are the winners and losers of this trade? And there was also reports that came out saying that the Memphis Grizzlies are not looking to trade Ja or Jaren Jackson. Now, I don't know how true that is because they could be like, man, they could just be saying that and then end up trading them. But how much do y'all believe about that? That report, and how do y'all feel about Desmond Bane to the Magic? Go ahead, Sean.
Memphis lost. Like I'll say they'll win if they're trying to rebuild, but they're not. They think they could contend, even though Ja misses way a lot of games than he should, and Magic overpaid way too much for Desmond Bain. Like 2 first-round picks would have been fine, but like, imagine how much they have to give up for Giannis. That's really stupid. It's going to
I don't
increase.
think they were contending for Giannis like that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if Desmond Bain gives you 4 picks, 4 first rounds, and a pick swap,
What's Giannis worth?
yeah, what's Giannis worth? Like the entire roster?
Because the Grizzlies, hold on. Yeah, the Grizzlies will receive the 16th overall pick in 2025, a first-round selection in 26, 28, and 2030, and top 2 protected swap rights to a first-round selection in 2029.
Yeah, they got fleeced.
And it sucks too, because Desmond Bain was obviously a correct choice. Like the Magic has not had a actual guard since a very young Victor Oladipo. So it's like they need something. Desmond Bain was the correct move. He could stretch the floor like no other. He's like 40%, 43 on catch and shoot threes. The thing is, like, it was just wholly overpay. That's all I gotta say.
Go ahead, Trev.
Yeah, I think they gave up too much for him. I guess shout out to the Grizzlies for getting some role players and some picks. I think Cole Anthony, he was in that trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's still a solid role player. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. That's not a bad pick. I heard someone's talking about Cole Anthony. He would have been a nice fit in New York. You know what I mean? Because talking about just how he's actually like a point guard that looks to pass and can score too. So I think Memphis made out good. I gotta see what the Magic's trying to do with this. Their starting 5 would look pretty good though. You know what I mean? Like they kept their starters for the most part. If everyone comes back healthy, they got the Wagner boys. They got
Suggs, Paulo.
Suggs, Paulo. Yeah, so they look tight, but then it's like, what does our bench look like? So, I gotta see how.
I think they got young players ready to develop. Who knows?
But yeah, Memphis. I feel like they definitely got way more than what Desmond Bain was worth. So I think they won that in that aspect.
Hey, Ahmad, I got a question for you before you go, bro. What does that mean for the market? Well, really for everybody, but we're gonna start with Ahmad. What does that mean for the market? Like Sean says, bro. Desmond Bain is worth. What world are we in where Desmond Bain is worth 5 picks, bro? Like Sean said, that's a great point, bro. Like, what is it gonna take for Giannis to be moved, bro? You know what I'm saying? What is it gonna take for KD to be moved? I know the Suns came out and said that they're not looking for much. They just want to move KD, because they're respecting him, and they're just trying to get him out of there. But what the market right now is kind of crazy for Desmond Bain to be worth 5 picks.
I was gonna say it's kind of hypothetical with trades. At the end of the day, I think it just depends on the team situations, what they feel like they need, what organization. Let's go back and look at the Paul George SGA trade. How that turned out. Low key on paper when that trade initially happened, we were like, oh yeah, the Clippers are looking good. They got Paul George. They better make a finals run. They better do it. They finally got that piece to put them over the hump. And look how it ended up for the Thunder. They're gonna get a finals potentially, still not over yet, before the Clippers and before Paul George. And Paul George might end his career without a ring. I think on paper with trades, we just have to see how they play out. Compare the Knicks Cat and Randall trade. Those both teams ended at the equal spots in their playoffs, and we'll have to keep an eye on them, see how they turn out. But I know people were arguing over that and be like, man, so and so got fleeced. I think it was more so on the Timberwolves side that they were like, the Timberwolves got fleeced. They lost a super great big for Julius Randle, who ain't done nothing in the playoffs, and both teams ended in the same spot. I think on paper we can make our judgments, but we can't really say too much until we see how it develops and look back on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ahmad's
muted.
You muted.
Yeah, I think that in terms of the market value, it's not really gonna affect or inflate the market value in the way we think it is. Like P alluded to, is really based upon what the team needs. You know, I don't think just because they gave away 5 picks to get Desmond Bain along with some other players like Cole Anthony and them. I don't think that's gonna make it mean, oh, we need even more money to get Giannis or KD. It doesn't mean that. It just means that Orlando Magic are in a position where they want to win now and they're willing to give a lot because that team is going to require a lot. I think Giannis' situation or no, KD's situation is different because, you know, KD wants to leave, you know, KD wants to leave. So the bargaining power is a little bit different. I actually think this is they low-key did get a little fleeced. They might have overpaid only if it doesn't work. If it works, this was a really good idea. Because and I say that because I think this is putting them more into a win now situation than they currently were. We talked about it, Josh. You mentioned early in the season how bad of a shooting team the Orlando Magic is, and they're really bad at shooting. I think adding Desmond Bain to that roster definitely is going to space the floor out and allow Paulo to work in the way he can, in the way we've seen him work. Paulo's in mid range. He gets to the mid range and gets to the paint. That's his game right there. Yeah. So if he has a player like Desmond Bain is going to go from like a what's less than an all-star, like a rising star, maybe to an all-star. Because he averaged he was averaging like 22 points the last 10 games of the season. We saw him develop into that role throughout the season. I think being on a team like the Orlando Magic is going to allow him to flourish. Yeah. And you have Franz Wagner, and you have Paulo.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Wagner, bro. He brought me the fantasy championship. Bro, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
That's a nasty team. If y'all think that core four is nasty. Is nasty for in. You have Wendell Carter Jr. too. Like, I think there's a lot in that team. They just got to figure out a way to afford them because I don't think they're gonna be able to afford Jalen Suggs. They're gonna be they're in the first apron already with Jalen Suggs' contract. They only have about $56 million between the rest of the roster, so I think that's gonna be a big obstacle for them is trying to afford all those players. That's really the biggest obstacle I see for them. Besides that, this is a really good trade.
I was gonna argue personally. I felt like the trade could potentially be a little bit balanced. I mean, I think KCP wasn't a good fit for the Magic, as we saw. He just was a shell of his former self that he was on the Nuggets. I think potentially if he plays like he did on the Nuggets, on the Grizzlies, that's good for the Grizzlies. I mean, a Nuggets KCP on the Grizzlies, he's a champion. He played pretty good defense. He was a solid shooter for the Nuggets. Great player. And they got a solid extra point guard. I mean, and Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony he's sneaky good in times where the Magic need him. And on top of that, they got the picks. And then the Magic gave up honestly a piece that sucked for them. KCP sucked. And then Cole Anthony, who they couldn't really utilize like they wanted to. They
have so many guards.
Yeah, they got Anthony Black coming off the bench too. I mean,
Anthony Black is good.
I think it kind of is balanced where it helps. I think it kind of because I mean both teams were both in the playoffs, and I think they'll probably still potentially both be in the playoffs again. The Grizzlies situation is still a little shaky, but they were like a team similar to the Pacers where they just had a bunch of guys all working together to win basketball games, and the Magic got a little extra bonus, a little extra star power on that offense to kind of push them over the edge.
Do y'all think that the Grizzlies are capping when they're talking about they're not looking to trade? I know for sure not John, but Jaren Jackson. Do y'all really think they're not? Fishing him out?
I personally would value. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of tricky. I don't know if I'd value Jaren Jackson over John Morant more. I feel like you have to value Jaren Jackson a little bit more just because of the only reason he was out is because of injuries versus John Morant, who's out for character problems.
Well, also like at this point, who else would they need to trade? Like who else would they need to trade Jaren Jackson for? They got the picks to build. Like they have like I think the third most picks right now. Like first round picks.
Because of this trade?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So like they had a pick. I just don't see them like what would be the point of them trading Jaren Jackson.
I don't know. I'm just saying they said they're not looking to trade, but we done heard we're not looking to trade Luka. Look at where Luka at.
Nah, it's just different.
You feel me? Like
nah,
I don't think anybody's safe.
I think Jaren Jackson is safe. I think Ja Morant is safe. I think they made this move so they can build more around them. So then you have, I mean, they still have Scottie Pippen Jr. They still have a lot of key pieces. I think they're just looking to reinforce this young team, and they're using Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant to kind of be the foundation of it. I just think Desmond Bain, he would have been cool, but he just didn't fit the mold. So I don't see him trading Jaren Jackson for sure, though. Too valuable.
I know Desmond is hyped though. Bro went from Memphis to Orlando. That's he's lit.
He going to Disney. Can I bring up something real quick?
Go ahead, Sean. Before we move on,
I just want to say I was just saying because I think this play would be really nice in the Magic, and I wish they Magic didn't overpay because I think Lonzo Ball will be a really good addition for this core Orlando Magic roster.
Again, like Josh just mentioned, I think they got too many guards, and they got too many guards that do stuff similar to Lonzo. I mean, Jalen Suggs is a
great
defender just like Lonzo. I mean, I don't think they have enough. That's low key why they got rid of Cole Anthony. It's just they don't really have much room in that department for a guy like Lonzo.
I just be thinking they need like a playmaker who could give Desmond Bain his spots and Wagner and Paolo the room to be able to do what they do.
I like. This is a little bit off the subject, but what do y'all think about like? And LeVar said this, bro, and I feel like LeVar knows what he's talking about, man. Lonzo and LaMelo balling together. I think it sounds bro. It sounds kind of crazy, but that's genius in my opinion. Like that's what some team needs to make that happen.
It low key, it probably would be fun because I mean they played together when they did
Chino Hills.
Chino Hills stuff for
all their life, really.
Yeah, Lonzo is a true point guard. He knows his brother. LaMelo
plays defense.
Will be crazy. He can play defense.
LeVar wants them on the Clippers, though.
And we've seen like with the NFL where real quick. I know this is kind of off the subject. Well, we're about to do NFL next, really, but we've seen where you pair up people that are used to each other. What type of success that brings? Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, college teammates. The boys from the Jets. Peanut, talk to me. Real quick. Sauce Gardner and Buddy they just got.
What's his name?
Sauce Gardner and the QB from
Justin Fields.
Right? They played together, didn't they? I'm tripping.
I didn't really start paying attention to college ball.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, yeah.
I think that's who you might be talking about because Sauce is on the other side. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but my point being is that when you pair up people that have this connection, bro, it breeds success. That's a fact.
It's pre-built chemistry.
Look at the Knicks.
Yeah, the Villanova boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And LeVar knows what he's talking about. I'm going LeVar. I'm team LeVar, bro. You already know. LeVar all the way, man. Big baller. Hey, he knows something.
Big baller, bro.
Sacrificed his foot for 3 stones.
Yo. It's crazy, bro. Hey, but let's move on, man. Time's ticking. We're going to go to NFL. We're going to skip the KD stuff. Come back to that another time. We done talked about it a couple times, so we're good.
Save it for the draft.
Let's go into the NFL real quick. So, could Micah Parsons reset the market for defensive ends? The reason I'm saying this is because Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett was basically uplifting Micah, saying, "Yo, he deserves to get paid. We all know his contract is coming to an end, and Jerry's got to pay Micah sooner or later. And Micah is one of the best defensive ends in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, do you think whatever he gets paid is going to flip that market for defensive ends? Let's go with you, Trav.
Yeah, I think it probably will because I think there's reports that he wants to get paid more than Myles Garrett got paid. And he's hearing that TJ Watt is supposed to be getting another deal, getting a deal here. So I think whatever Mike is looking for is going to be, I don't think it's smart for the Cowboys. I don't think having Micah is going to get you a championship.
I don't even know if they have enough.
But I do understand him wanting to get his money and getting paid for what he's working. He's definitely one of the top dudes in the league at that position. But I just don't think you give him all that money, that team has no more money to do anything else. Like they're not. It'd be different if the Cowboys were in a better position, but if you cool with just getting money and being on a losing team, go for it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it comes down to. Like, even if they gave him a couple $1,000,000 less than what Myles Garrett was making, it's still so much money that the Cowboys are kicking out to him that they're not going to have any money to pay anyone else. Bring anybody else in to help them win a championship. So they're not a good team. You can pay your defensive end that much money and just expect not to make it to the Super Bowl.
P?
I agree. I agree with Trav. I mean, I think he made a great point about how he can take a lot of money, but I mean, you're going to be taking a lot from your team in result. And I don't think he can like push it. I don't think he can push up the defensive end market that much. I think he definitely could, start, move the needle a bit. Because I mean, Myles Garrett's, arguably one of the best defensive ends of this like generation too. So I think Micah couldn't. I don't think he's going to move it that much, but I do think he could, knock it up a few notches. And my thing is too is if I'm the Cowboys, if I'm giving you like 250 mil or however much, you better be able to. As a result, we're probably going to have to, start cutting costs on our corner. So you better be able to drop back in coverage and, stop.
Drop back in coverage. I need you to line up for wide receiver, get in the backfield. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I know. I need you on punt return, kick return.
we're struggling down here.
I need you everywhere, bro. If I'm paying you that much, you better be earning your worth. Because I mean,
So my question right now for Trav and P, what do you guys think? How much is he worth? So how much do you think he deserves to get paid?
I would say he's worth more than Myles Garrett because he can play linebacker. He can drop back. He has done it. It's just, will the Cowboys let him, and how will that affect his pass rushing? I do think because of his versatility, he is worth a little bit more than like these Myles Garretts and like these little bit like TJ Watt. TJ Watt's already a linebacker, so he has to drop back a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, I think he's worth. Like I said, it's hard how this money fluctuates. It's hard to say, if he's. I would pay him what Myles Garrett got paid, maybe a couple $1,000,000 more, but I wouldn't push it more than that. Just because it just doesn't make sense for the team. You know what I mean? I feel like the teams that are giving those guys those fat contracts are in rebuilding stages. Like those teams don't plan on winning. Like the Browns don't plan on the win. I think that's why the Bengals didn't pay Hendrickson. Is
Trey
that
Hendrickson.
Yeah.
They haven't paid him yet because it's like you're talking about them contending teams aren't trying to pay those dudes that type of money for that position. I think is what it comes down to. Yeah, if you're not in contention, fuck it. Let's pay him. Who cares? The team's trash. We can't bring no one else in. Cool. You get what you're worth. But I mean, yeah, I would give him Myles Garrett money. You know what I mean? Like he's coming off an injury too. He was injured a little bit last year. That's always a little concern. But somewhere in that ballpark.
All right. Am I?
Listen, bro. Nobody's bigger than the team. That's my mindset. If I'm I mean, Jerry, who knows what his mindset is? I'm just saying for a sane person, that'll be my mindset. Nobody's bigger than the team. So if paying you this amount of money is gonna cause us not to win, then I'm not gonna pay you that money. Now, if I don't expect on winning for the next, few years, or it's more of a long-term plan, then yeah, I'll pay you the extra money because you pay players extra money to get them to stay. You don't like players who are when a team is winning, the players aren't usually getting paid max contracts and shit like that. It's usually the players who get paid the max contracts to stay around for a few years while they can rebuild and stuff like that. But the way these Cowboy fans are talking, it sounds like they're trying to win now.
they always trying to win now.
Yeah,
they always trying to win now.
The dawn of time.
Yeah. So therefore, I don't think they should pay him that much. I think they should, like P said, pay him Myles Garrett money and get some more pieces. They can't be paying Dak and him these crazy contracts.
That-
in my
And CD.
I was about to say,
CD.
and CD Lamb, they in a pickle for money. It's gonna
Yeah.
be
They're
a
on the
problem here soon.
trenches, brother.
I mean, look at their running backs. Who's their running back one this season?
That's
Ah.
the issue, though. That's
Zeke.
the issue.
Right? They
You
still,
don't
yeah,
fucking know.
them still having Zeke is crazy.
Bro,
It's crazy.
did they let him? I thought they let him go.
Nah, they brought him back.
They brought him
Why?
back.
Why? To
They
be
brought him back
badass
last
off the
year,
bench?
like towards
Last
the,
year,
like
yeah.
halfway last year.
Wow.
Just consuming
See,
chairs off the bench.
and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I think they just got more. I'm not trying to devalue Micah Parsons, but I think they got more pressing positions that need to be filled. I think they could do with a player who's maybe 75% of what Micah Parsons is, but get like a good running back and a good wide receiver. I think they could do with that. So to answer your question, Josh, I think Micah Parsons should be getting paid maybe like Myles Garrett, somewhere around there, but not nothing crazy above him.
All right, Sean.
Well, I hope the Cowboys still lose, because it's like Dak's getting paid this, Micah's being paid that, CD Lamb's about to be paid soon. I don't know if he has or not. And I'm like, I thought this was a 50-man team, not 3. So
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? As a Giants fan, do you want them to keep Micah around, or would you rather let him go and maybe get some worse pieces, but lose Micah?
I don't know. I think Micah needs. Yeah. I'd rather them lose Micah. He's a dog, bro. Shit, we'll take Micah.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need him, bro. Y'all got enough defensive
Yo,
end.
I'm not gonna lie.
Go Giants!
Before we move on to the next topic, I just
We
want
have a
to
topic?
tell y'all, NFL season's coming real soon. You know, we got a Chiefs fan with Ahmad, Christian. Sean is the Jets. Trav is the Ravens.
No,
He
yeah.
is
I'm not a Chiefs
the
fan.
yes, you are.
what?
Yes, you
I'm not a
are.
Chiefs fan.
Yo, he
All right.
flip
Yes.
on Super Bowl.
All right,
Yo,
Ahmad.
I'm
All
an
right,
Eagles fan, but Patrick Mahomes is my favorite quarterback.
No, yo, y'all
Uh,
remember
I
when
was
we
gonna
first
let
started
you
this,
switch
bro?
teams. I was gonna give you a pass. I was gonna let you switch teams until you said the Eagles. Can't do that.
You can't, bro. And then Ahmad went and said on his story, I don't know if y'all remember, bro. On his story, Ahmad posted the Eagles, said we did it. Yo, that's crazy, bro.
Hey, Ahmad, you got
said
lucky.
we did
I
it.
have that clip saved for an edit. I still have it.
Bro, I mean, I'm not.
It's,
I'm
it's kinda
from. I'm not
nasty.
from. I have family. Like I'm really like. I'm basically connected to the city of Philadelphia. Like
Bro, you
all
got
my
family
in
everywhere, dog.
Philadelphia. I'm a Philly fan. If I go there, niggas
You-
know I'm a
you-
Philly fan.
You connected in Florida too, right?
Oh,
I am.
So
You
a
rocking
Jaguars
with the
fan.
Florida Panthers,
Yeah.
dude?
Jaguars
You
fan.
fuck with this?
You're a Jaguars.
You like this? You like this?
Hey, when
Not
Connecticut,
that part of Florida.
bro, yo, you're part of every team, Ahmad.
Nah,
Oh God.
Patrick Mahomes he's my favorite quarterback though.
You're a Chiefs fan, bro.
Because Patrick
Anyways,
Mahomes,
as I was saying, be on the lookout for my Giants, bro. We are looking really, really, really good this season, bro. I don't know if it's my Giants delusion, bro. Don't laugh, Ahmad. That's just you too,
Bro.
Trav. I see you trying not to laugh, bro.
You sound like a
Bro,
Cowboys
be
fan,
on
bro. Both them teams is just delusional.
Bro,
No, the New York Jets will win it all.
You know, I'm gonna say it too. I'm excited for my team.
the Falcons, Peanuts, the Falcons.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying?
I that makes sense. That division's a little shaky.
Go
That
Jets.
makes
We
sense.
don't have Rodgers.
Falcons
I'm
can do
happy
something.
about that.
Giants, y'all behind the Eagles and the Commanders, bro. It's a wrap.
No, we got our
It's a
QB
wrap.
finally.
it's a rap
You feel
game.
me? We got
Jackson
Russ.
Dort.
We got Jackson
Russell.
Dart. We got Jameis Winston. What he said? Something to battle. What's that quote, P?
Yo, the fact that you naming
I-
Jameis.
The only two Jameis Winston quotes I know is the one where he was hyping up his team, and three quotes where he was hyping up his team. He's like, "I want to eat a W today. Everybody eat a W," and then he ate a W. And then also the one where he was like, "I want to thank God for letting me play in a snow game." And then he
Bro.
also said, I just pray that God delivers me from these pick sixes, bro." But I could
But-
go on.
Y'all got a solid 5 wins this year.
No, I think we
I
got
got
more
solid
than
5.
5, bro.
I
Solid
think
5.
I think y'all will end up like we did last year.
I think we could pull out like 9 wins, bro. Maybe 10.
Yo,
Our defense is really good, bro. Dexter
your
Lawrence,
front, your
our
defensive
front
front.
four is crazy, bro.
I think the back end is where y'all are gonna have some problems.
You said 10? Dog. Oh, yo.
Y'all have Eli
If we play the
Odell
Ravens,
again?
yo, Trav, if we play out, we got money on it, bro. 20.
Oh, 100.
Oh,
What are you talking about, bro? Y'all have. What are you talking? That's easy money, bro.
Sure, let's pull up the
Easy
schedule.
money, nigga.
Do we
Easy
play the
money.
Ravens?
You heard
Do
it?
we play the Ravens?
Let's look at the Giants.
I'll give you
schedule.
200 to your 100, bro. That's how confident I'd be against the Ravens playing. Maybe 3 to 1.
Yo, Josh, if that was me, bro, I wouldn't let him talk to me like that. That's crazy.
You know,
Yo, Travis talking crazy,
fortunately
bro.
for you, Josh, y'all don't play him.
Okay.
Fortunately for you.
All right, Josh,
Who do we play? Who
Don't
do
worry,
we play?
let's
Do we
week.
play the Chiefs?
the first
You-
week.
Ahmad, what you trying to do?
No, I have the Giants schedule.
Y'all
right
do
here.
play the Chiefs.
Y'all
I got
play
you.
week
I got
3.
you. I got you.
Week
I got the
1's the
Chiefs.
Commanders. Week 2
I
is
give
the
you 2. I
Cowboys.
give you 2 to 1.
2 to
2-1 odds.
Give you 2 to 1.
Got Commandos, Cowboys, and the Chiefs. For
Let
the
me
first
see how
3
we look the first 3 weeks. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
0 and 3.
No, I got 1 and
3.
2. I got 1 and 2.
But Sean, I know we beating y'all. You don't want to do that, Sean.
If y'all lose, I don't want to hear from
What you want to do, Sean? Talk to me.
If y'all lose to us, you should hang your hand in shame. Honestly.
Fortunately for y'all, it's preseason, so it don't really matter.
Anyways.
Oh, I don't care about preseason. You could kiss my ass.
But Sean, your favorite team is the Jets, bro.
Yeah.
What I gotta say?
Tough.
At least I'm not a bandwagon.
Favorite team is the
Yeah,
Jets,
there you go.
bro.
Talk your shit, Sean.
Bro,
Ahmad
bro,
been everywhere, bro.
Bro, when's the last time y'all won, bro?
That's the last time I rooted loyalty, bro.
All right, that's what I thought. And Josh, your team is the Giants, bro.
What you
That's
mean? We
nasty
won.
words,
We beat the greatest of
Yo,
all time. Twice.
You're a flip flopper. I don't.
Twice.
You,
Bro, Josh, the fact that you and Giants fan like hang your whole career off of beating one nigga is crazy to me. That's kind of glazed.
No,
now.
it's not. No,
That's-
it's
they
not.
beat
beating one
Brady.
nigga.
The level of
It's
glaze.
not beating one
Brady
nigga.
twice.
It's beating the nigga. The nigga. You gotta get.
What is
You gotta
Curry
put
doing? What is
the in
Curry
front
doing?
of
I
that,
want to bring
bro.
it back. I'm not gonna bring it back.
I don't think Mahomes has ever beat the guy. I can't say the
Exactly.
word, but the guy.
That's a different level of glaze. I'm just gonna be real with you. That's kind of like,
It's
bro.
the greatest.
It's the greatest ever.
Undisputed.
That's what you're hanging.
Quarterback
You
to ever touch a
told
football.
us. You came on this fucking podcast and told us that Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame because he beat Brady. That's nasty.
No, it's not. That's facts.
That is crazy. Like I can't even fathom like saying, yeah, I should be in the Hall of Fame because I beat Josh. Like that's giving you like
No, but Eli was a good QB. Are we gonna sit here and act like Eli wasn't a dog?
He does have a lot of.
Come on, bro.
He does have a lot of accolades.
Come on, bro. Eli's
But-
not. We're gonna be like Eli's not a dog, bro.
I'm not even arguing accolades. I'm
And
just
then- and
arguing,
then when
I'm just
you
arguing
beat-
what you said. You
No,
said
but then when you beat the greatest of all time twice, bro, not once but twice. Come on, bro. You can't talk to me.
It's like
Talk to me. Did you beat Brady?
That's
You like to go to Mahomes and be like, "Did you beat Brady?" No.
That's a
know
level
what
of
I'm
dick
saying?
suck, bro. My fault. That's a level of glaze that I don't want. But that when you say that, bro, add a pause
Ahmad,
to
you
it.
should be the last
Add a
person
pause
to talk
to it.
about
Add a
Glaze.
pause to it.
hey,
You should be the last person to talk about Glaze. You and Christian.
Ahmad.
Mahomes on your knees all last season, bro. You and Christian was just on your knees,
I don't think
just
so,
sucking
bro.
Mahomes off, bro.
No, that's
It was
not what
crazy
happened.
work.
No,
All the games y'all won, bro.
that's cap.
That's not cap, bro. We can pull up the clips, bro.
You pulled the
We
clip.
can pull it up. I could go back.
Listen, Josh. I said factual information. I reported. I'm a reporter, bro. I'm a professional. I professionally reported what was happening. He was sparking niggas up all last season. What, 11-1?
That devil magic.
Like that.
That devil
What
magic.
you want me to say? Like what?
Y'all are like the Indiana Pacers.
We were sparking niggas up all last season. Yes. So
and then when y'all lost, you switched teams, bro. I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hear that, bro. You see, I would never switch on LeBron. Never. That's the difference between you and I. You feel me?
you're not even a Lakers fan no more. A matter of fact, get ready to pack your bags. You know, LeBron out of there, bro. The new owners about to come in and kick him out. He going, Bronny going. Shit.
Trav, don't do that, Trav.
Who you-
I saw
who you-
that. Don't do that.
Who would you root for if it was Bron versus OKC? You'd be in a tough spot.
Oh, nah. Bron all the way. All the way.
All right.
No, the OKC can't beat none of Bron's
You still gonna be saying that when they down 3-1?
Yo, Josh, follow.
Hey,
Yeah,
Josh.
because that has been you. This OKC, this team, that glaze has been nasty work.
Josh.
That's my team. That's my team.
You think
right now.
LeBron is going to handle Alex Caruso, Casey Wallace, and Lou Dort?
Nah, the torture chamber, right? He'd have LeBron locked up.
He could clamp up
No,
KD.
not
right?
locked up. You see,
He could
stop
clamp
it, bro.
up
The
K-Tuck.
disrespect, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out. LeBron don't even got. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Bron don't got no bag. So maybe you know what I'm saying. Bron don't got no bag. Bron got the fuck you 3. You know that shit's sweet. I ain't gonna lie. Bron, you my nigga, but Bron don't got no bag, bro. He's just humanly athletic, humanly gifted, bro.
A little post fadeaway IQ.
Nah, the post fade is tough.
Yeah.
Better than Kobe's post fade.
That's cap.
See, and you start and see, and
Bro,
you got it. You got it. I forgot what you do professionally. I forgot.
Yeah, you got it.
I forgot.
No, the best. Real. Look at he's backing down Curry right now. Look at that.
The best fade of all time goes to my grandmother. She's in ashes.
Yo, that's literally what it would look like, Josh. If we played. That picture behind you, bro. Like that's the height difference too. Like that's like the height. That's the perfect height difference, bro. You'd be so out your yo. That's perfect. That is perfect, bro.
That's Mom, why you laughing? You act like, bro. You act like I ain't lock you up in the post, bro. Come on, bro.
Guys, I don't post you up because I feel like that wouldn't even be fair. That's why I don't even do that to you.
Josh, if I post you up, you should hang your jersey in shame.
Honestly, Josh, when I play you, it's really practice reps. It's practice reps when I'm playing you. I just get I'm just working on my shot. You know what I'm saying? You like a cone for real.
Hey man, the way Mom be talking,
I'm cold. Ahmad, don't cap for the pod. Don't cap for the pod, Ahmad. Me and you right now.
I would never cap for the pod.
Me and you right now. Who's better offensively, Ahmad? Me or you, bro?
Josh, I'm gonna be 100% real with you, Josh. Me, nigga.
Oh,
I'm better
yeah.
I'm better offensively.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You better than me offensively, Ahmad?
Yes.
Ahmad.
Shit.
Yeah, Josh.
Yes.
Shit.
Ahmad.
I mean, Ahmad got a bag. He ready.
Yes.
Ahmad don't got no bag.
John, I got a better bag. I got more bag than you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Oh, let me tell y'all Ahmad, bro. I've been playing with Ahmad for years now.
Tell me my bag.
This is Ahmad right here. He just gets to the mid-range and do his pull-up midi. Or if he's get the rebound off the fast break, he's going to put his head down and get to the rack. Nobody's stopping Ahmad. I've never seen anybody stop Ahmad get to the rim. I'm going to keep it a buck. I give you that. I give you your props, bro. And I had to tell you that because you wasn't trying to go to the rim. I told him that. I said, bro, nobody could stop you. That's cap Ahmad. That's cap. That's cap.
Josh.
I told him, I said, bro, nobody can stop you when you go to the rim.
Nigga. I get to my spot. It's easy. It's fucking easy, bro. I make the game easy. My fault. It don't take much to get past you, bro. Like what you want me to do? A crossover for no reason? Like, what you want me to do? You want me to cross? Like what? Like if I can get by you, I'm gonna get by you. Bro, I'll put you in the post fadeaway. I never had to use that on you because it was more or less an easy blow by. I had the post fadeaway.
Easy blow by.
The midi. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got a midi and you could finish at the rim, bro. That's all you.
He's saying.
When it comes to dribbling the ball, when it comes to dribbling the ball, getting off, using screen work, all that.
Josh, I'm real with you. You can't steal the ball from me. You can't steal the ball from me. You never stole the ball from me.
I've never stolen the ball.
Never stolen the ball from me.
July, where's your flight, bro? Where's your flight, bro? We recording this shit, bro. The last video I recorded, I beat you, bro.
Listen,
It's on my Instagram, bro. The
I
last
was
time we
starving, nigga. I
I
hadn't
beat you,
drink
bro.
I had no water and no food in the last 24 hours. It was during Ramadan.
Don't tell me you taking wins on the Ramadan tip, bro. Josh, you ain't doing that.
Why'd he play me? He called me out, Trav.
You
He
was in
said Josh, you
Connecticut.
ain't about to duck me. So
You
I
was in
said, check
Connecticut.
out.
You're calling someone now and you're doing Ramadan. That's a different story.
Come
You
on,
was in
bro.
Connecticut, bro. You was in Connecticut. I'm like, shit, bro. You want to go hoop? Shit,
That's on
I'm
you.
gonna be out there. I'm gonna
That's
be out
on
there.
you.
You're gonna be here, but
Hey,
we're gonna
Sean,
end it
you
right
lucky
here,
you-
y'all. We're gonna end it right here.
You lucky you ain't there too, Sean. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely. I heard
Calm
you
down.
be selling wolf tickets.
Calm down.
I'm ready, bro.
Calm down.
Sean, you be balling?
Hey, man.
Sean, I'm not gonna lie
Don't
you, bro. I don't discriminate, Sean.
That's
I'm
some
gonna give you
I'm
bullshit.
asking. I don't know. I don't know who.
That's some bullshit.
I don't know
Calm
who
down
balls
right
or not.
now.
I don't know.
That's some bullshit.
From what Trav as an impartial third party, I don't think having hooped with Josh and the level of type of players. If Ahmad's better than Josh, yeah, Sean could not hang with Ahmad.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Ahmad, calm down.
Sean, you know what? Sean,
Calm down. Calm down.
Bro, since I want this before we leave, bro. I want this to be clear. Ahmad has never been better than me. Ahmad has never been better than me. Ahmad got better because of me. He won't be the player he is today if it wasn't for me.
Josh, I have you on record. You got better because of me. You had no point guard skills.
Josh, is he capping?
He's capping.
Yo,
he's better because of
I
me.
promise you, Josh, and you can ask all Troy, all his friends. Before he met me, he was a straight catch and shoot player. And Josh, you know this. Straight catch and shoot. Straight catch and shoot. When he met me, nigga, I'm like Curry, bro. I really gave you a chip, bro. I gave you a chip out here. You would have never got a chip without me out here. Like,
that's wild.
You increased your bag because of me, bro. I allowed you to do that.
He's saying you're like welcome. Draymond.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, P.
Oh shit.
Thank you, P.
Draymond is crazy.
Oh shit.
Look, man, it's all fun and game. P, you gonna be here, right, P?
I'll pop out.
Here. My house open, bro.
I'll pop out probably.
Before we end, I just want to let y'all know that Zach Edey got charged with speeding 150.
Zach,
damn.
Yep.
Shador and Zach. Damn.
I was about to say it's normal with these athletes.
1-on-1
they just be
55.
doing it for they just be doing it for no reason because Shador did it.
Shout out to
that
Shador.
could be bad news for Memphis.
Nothing's gonna happen to him.
Shador's got no playing time this season.
That's hating ass shit.
I put money on that.
He ain't gonna see the field.
I put money on that.
That's sad, man. Shout out to Dion. Shout out to Dion and the whole Sanders fan. Bro, and I'm serious when I say this. You know Dion Sanders and I are related, right?
All right, yo, time to wrap this shit up, bro.
You think I'm joking, bro? Yo, I have the paperwork. I got the paperwork, bro.
That's how y'all know not to believe this nigga, bro.
And I was chilling with Pope Francis at the Vatican before he passed away, bro. I mean,
yo,
like,
you know what's crazy? He says it so confidently. I low key believe him, yo. I don't know him, but I low key believe him.
I just want to tell you,
you gotta stop falling for my
Florida, bro.
Hey,
Look
man,
it up. Look it up, bro.
I just want to let y'all know I'm related to LeBron James. He's the reason I'm right here.
Sean, see, you white, bro. I'm black. I could be honestly. I could be related to anybody.
You never can say that. You can never say that. I could lie. Say my dad's black. I could lie.
But I'm dead ass when I say that, though.
Pulled that out of
Why would I just say that? I'm so serious. I was having dinner with my aunt, and on my mom's side, there's a Sanders family. They're all Sanders down in Florida, and where there's the Sanders at, that's where Dion's from. Dion is from there, and I was like, she's like, we related. He was apparently at one of the family reunions one time. Now, I'm gonna be real. I never met him. I don't go down there a lot. I'm just saying, bro. There's some blood shared.
Some blood shared, bro.
Yeah, all right, bro. Yo, it's time to wrap it up, bro. Until next time, fellas, man. We out, man. Salute. We out.